want excuses, Mr. Faulkner. I want action, and I want it right now.
Yes, of course.
All copies of the newspaper are to be confiscated at once. I want a complete cell search to make sure every copy is impounded. Is that clear?
Yes, Mrs. Davidson, I'll get right onto it.
Here's some more.
Hope you're going to make those beds again when you're finished.
Yeah, it's the maid's day off.
Very funny.
Why aren't you laughing?
If we'd known you were such a fan, we would have given you a copy.
I don't find this amusing, Smith, and neither should you.
So I reckon there's a lot of fuss about nothing.
That's the lot. We've covered the cells and the recreation areas.
The work areas too.
He wouldn't look so smug if he knew how many copies I had stashed.
I don't think there's any more left.
Thinking isn't enough. We can't allow one of these copies to leave Wentworth.
Well, I checked the staff room myself. That only leaves reception. I confiscated all the PRG copies. So I think we can safely say that...
Is something wrong?
No, everything's under control.
The whole bloody lunch is going to be late now.
Come on, get on with it. We're running late as it is.
Well, it's not our fault.
Hey, Dora, there's no salt over here.
Yeah, we need to kill the taste of the food. Try again.
Go on, get a move on.
What about some tucker for those workmen? They didn't even get any morning tea because of this stupid bloody search.
After lunch is time enough.
Oh, I reckon it's a bloody disgrace. Working all morning so hard and not even getting a...
They'll survive. Come on, get on with it.
Sprung.
10 points for ingenuity. I think we'd better check under all the tables.
Right.
Move back. That, I believe, is that.
I reckon they'll be really glad to get this under their belts. You got to keep your strength up when you're doing all that hard yakka.
Yes, I'm sure.
Oh, Mrs. Bailey.
What is it, Birdsmith? What's wrong?
Oh, I think I'm going to pass out. I think I'm having one of my funny turns.
Oh, dear.
Oh my God, I'm giddy. Everything's going round and round.
Well, look, let me put this down and I'll take you to the hospital.
The hospital? Oh, no, I'm all right now. See, I'm as good as new.
Yes, but...
Well, let's take this in before the tea gets cold.
Any further trouble will undoubtedly result in the department closing down the paper for good.
So in other words, it's not our paper at all, even though we paid for it. It's the bloody department's.
Don't be facetious, Smith. The Dispatch already has a lawsuit for printing articles about Stanfield that were no more inflammatory than your own.
Well, what's that got to do with me?
Everything. You have placed the department in an untenable position and betrayed a trust. The paper was never meant to be a means for making scurrilous and libelous allegations.
Well, what did you expect us to print? Poetry? Gossip? Recipes on how to feed a family on $2 a day? Look, Mrs. Davidson, all newspapers fight injustice, and this place is full of it. We'd be hypocrites if we didn't tell Helen's story, because as plain as the nose on your face, she is being railroaded.
We've only got her word for that, Smith.
You know as well as I do it's probably true. Only Helen hasn't got Stanfield's muscle or his morals to give her any clout.
You have no proof of that, Smith.
Not yet. And we can't get any because you keep stopping the article. Well, you're making a big mistake, Mrs. Davidson.
Oh?
If Helen's story is true, and I think you think it is the same as I do, then you are holding an innocent person. Now, you always say you play fair. Well, how do you justify that to your conscience?
Mr. Faulkner, return Smith to her duties.
Hey, listen, what was that new way you were telling me how to dry lettuce?
Oh, well, you put it in a pillow slip and you moil it round like that. Dries it. Well, you took your bloody time. We cleaned up without you.
Birdsworth wasn't feeling too well, so I took her along to see Sister Franklin.
Yeah, and she gave me some rotten
You
pills.
feeling all right now, love?
I told her it was only me age.
Well, we're finished in here, Miss Bailey.
That's good, because you're a little overdue in the workshop.
Well, what about Lizzie? Maybe she shouldn't work if she's feeling crook.
Me crook. I might be old, but I haven't finished yet. I haven't felt better in 20 years.
Good on you, Lizzie.
Lead on, Mrs. Bailey.
She means it, Bea. Any more crusading and that's the end of the stir.
Look, Mr. Faulkner, I am no crusader, but I hate the way you make it sound like a dirty word. Now, you've made your point, and so has Mrs. Davidson.
What do you mean?
You must have got a big kick out of confiscating all those newspapers and showing everyone what a super efficient person you are.
Come on, that's my job.
You could have had a few copies slip through. No one would have known.
I would have known. Look, I help you all I can, but I'm not going to start jeopardizing my job or go against my conscience.
Conscience? You're just like all the rest that rave on about helping us. But when it comes down to the nitty-gritty and you have to lay yourself on the line for someone who's getting a raw deal, you chicken out. Conscience? I don't know how any of you sleep nights.
Hi, Bea. I was afraid David might put you in solitary.
Oh, no, she slapped me over the wrist and ticked me off for being a naughty girl.
True.
Not exactly. I got a big lecture about betrayal of trust and... Oh, it's all just a waste. If we could have got just one copy out, we would have had Stanfield over a barrel and Helen would have had a chance.
Geez, I'm sorry, Bea.
Well, I'll leave you to it.
How'd you go, love?
Oh, just a bit down, I guess.
Well, this'll buck you up.
What's that?
A key, or an impression of a key. Key to the boiler room.
What the hell for?
Well, there's an old boiler down there. We thought with a bit of luck we could turn it into a still.
Yeah, we're going to start our own brewery.
Right, under the noses of the screws. Great.
Yeah, only the boiler room's all locked up.
That's why we got to make a key.
And what are we waiting for?
Oh, good, I hope it's the right one.
Hey, Susie, keep an eye on the door. Come on, let's get started. It's about time this bloody workshop produced something useful.
Hurry up, Jude.
You want it to work, don't you?
Listen, if this boiler isn't any good, how long will it take you to set up the still?
Oh, it's not setting it up that takes time. It's finding all the stuff.
Yeah, we need some pipes and some glass tubing and...
We'll need some hose.
Well, where are you going to get that stuff from?
Oh, there's probably some junk in the boiler room. Hey, I reckon we could pinch the valves off the radiator. That way we could regulate the flow.
You give Elliot Ness a run for his money.
Well, I reckon that dishy workman would give me anything we need.
Well, what you need, we can't use.
Yeah, well, with my sex appeal and Lizzie's brains, there's no telling where we might end up.
I reckon we'd have more chance with your brains and Lizzie's sex appeal.
Hey, our girls, a work of art.
Okay, let's get going. Lil, tidy up a bit. We don't want the screws bitching about the mess. Come on, let's go. Susie, better keep watch just in case the screws get nosy.
Oh, Bea, I want to see the still.
You're too young to drink anyway. Now go and keep watch like a good kid. Go on.
Hey, do you reckon there'll be somebody... Do you reckon there'll be somebody still working in there?
This time of day, you got to be joking. Come on, Lizzie, what's keeping you?
Righto. Open sesame. Oh, bugger it, won't work.
You've probably got an impression of Bailey's front door key.
So what if I did? There are a lot of keys on that ring. At least I tried.
You give it to me. If we can work out where it's catching. Has anyone got any oil or cream?
Sorry, I left my suntan cream on the Riviera.
Shh. Hey, Susie, how about that lipstick of yours?
Oh, Bea, there's only a bit left.
Come on, kid, hand it over.
Oh, go easy on it.
You only need a smear.
Well, how's this gonna help?
Got a short memory, haven't you? It's a Sandy's trick, remember?
See? See where that's worn off a bit there? All I gotta do is file that down. Bob's your uncle. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yeah. It still looks a bit suspicious just hanging in the corridors. I'm going to walk down here and check them out.
New arrival, Mr. Faulkner.
Thanks. Stay on the line, please.
Where?
Up here.
You are Jacqueline Louise Donahue?
That's right.
Jacqueline Louise Donahue, you've been found guilty of soliciting for immoral purpose.